Hey everybody, welcome back to the Investing Education channel, and this is the April update. So, the real money portfolio has been doing well actually in March. It's up about 17% year to date and up about 4% in March. But we do know that the first quarter of 2019 was one of the best first quarters in a long time. So, although it's done quite well, I don't think it will do that well in the coming quarters, of course, right? But let's see. I'm confident it will still outperform and beat the market in general. So these are the holdings as of 1st of April. Let's just look at some of the history of the account. So what has happened in the last month is that there has been some dividends. Uh, what I wanted to focus on is actually this buy on Boeing that I made in March. So we know that Boeing has some issues in March, right? The stock price fell almost 18% to a low. So generally, I think that Boeing is a high quality company. I don't think we know the full impact yet of the investigations and the two crashes and to the liabilities and the lawsuits that will impact Boeing's earnings. But I feel that over the long term, Boeing is still a strong buy. So I bought on a dip, and I expect it maybe to dip some more. Maybe it'll go into 330 or 320, and I'll probably buy more around that range as well. I generally now tend to make a minimum purchase of at least $2,000 when I do buy a stock. I don't want to try to time the market too much, so I try to make a bigger purchase and I make it at a price that I'm comfortable at. I also injected some cash in March, so you can see here injected about 1,500. Generally, I intend to inject about 1,500 every month, and this will depend on, of course, the exchange rate as well, because I'm converting from a different currency into US dollar. So if I find a better rate, I might inject a bit more as well. Yeah, let's compare the performance of the real money portfolio against some of the other funds available out there as well. So we have Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is not doing too well so far this year, but I definitely expect it to pick up. The S&P 500 has been doing pretty well, about 13%. Nasdaq QQQ ETF is also doing pretty well. In fact, it's done very well, 16.5, and it's almost the same as the real money portfolio, which is about 17%. So I'm not really adding much value right now, it seems. But let's see, over the long term, I expect the real money portfolio to do better than the ETF. And if it doesn't, then I should just be investing in the ETF. Markel has also been having a bad year so far, but I think over the long term, it will also do much better. Let's look at Fundsmith as well. Fundsmith has been doing well actually. It's come back quite well. It had a bad 2018, but it's come back quite well. It's done about 14.91, almost 15% for the year as well. So we can see some of these funds coming back very strongly. I also wanted to look at some of the individual stocks in the account and how they were doing year to date. I think in one quarter is a very short duration to really judge a stock, but this is how it is for the first quarter. So the first quarter, of course, it seems Alibaba has been doing the best. It's done almost 33%. Facebook also has done pretty well. It's done about 25, 26. Mastercard has done about 24%. Of course, in hindsight, I wish I had all my money, in Alibaba for the first quarter, for example, so that I could get 33%. But that's not how investing works, right? And of course, I may not want all my money in Alibaba because, Alibaba, may have his own issues, right? And so you want to diversify as well a little. But that brings me to my next point. Am I over diversified as well? So, I don't intend to go beyond 10 or 15 stocks, right? do have certain core positions. But the question I asked myself is, should I be putting more money into Amazon, my first position, or should I be putting more money into Facebook, or should I be putting more money into Visa, and so on? You can see that Booking Holdings has not done very well in the first quarter, and I touched upon it in my last video as well. But I think Booking is definitely a good company. It has a strong net worth, right? And I expect it to come roaring back in the later half of the year. There are some stocks that I haven't got into yet, which I would like to get into, like Microsoft. I'm just waiting for a good entry point to get into Microsoft. Let's see. I hope to start buying Microsoft if the price, falls into the zone that I'm comfortable with. So that's the update for the real money portfolio for April. I expect it to do about 15 to 20% for the year, barring any major economic news. So we seem to be going along that path. Let's see how it does for the remaining year. Everybody, have a great day.